What a powerhouse victory from Accelerate, the Breeders' Cup Classic, as we welcome you back here to our Pegasus preview show. Happy to have Daily Racing Form's head clocker, Mike Welsch, in the house. You ready for Saturday?
Oh, I can't wait. It's been, leading up to it, but let's get it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's a different kind of race than the last 2 years. I mean, it's a lot more kind of more wide open. I still think the two favorites, kind of have an edge over the rest of the field, but maybe not quite as much as the ones, the first two editions. So we'll see, though. They still got to go out there and do it.
Absolutely, and you do have that matchup, obviously, of the Classic winner against the Dirt Mile winner. And speaking of the Dirt Mile winner, that's City of Light. How about we'll show that last breeze here for him on January 19th. What'd you think of it? It
was terrific. I mean, I saw on tape from the XBet people his final work at Santa Anita, and I thought it was awesome.
Right.
But he came back here and he looked just as good, if not better. Couldn't have gone any easier. I didn't even realize it was the bullet work for the morning, and as easy as he went. But the best part's the gallop out. The same I thought with his work at Santa Anita. He just kind of re-breaks, has that great energy, and I love to see that anytime in horses, no matter what level they're at, but especially leading up to races like this. So it looks like he couldn't be doing any better, training just as well, if not better, as he was, at least in my mind, prior to the Breeders' Cup, and I expect him to run another big effort. Whether it's good enough to beat Accelerate, he's beat him once before. That trip's going to be important here. So that run to the first turn, that short run, a lot of things can happen. Both of them drew well, but it still doesn't mean something could go awry in that opening 16th of a mile. So that could be a key factor as well.
Now, what about the hometown horse in Guvana? Likely a distant third choice. He's 8-1 on Jay Stone's morning line. This is two-back, this workout we're about to show you for Guvana over at Gulfstream Park West in company with Comatine. What do you think? He's
been working in company with Comatine forever, so it seems. And just going back and remembering some of his earlier works with Comatine before the Breeders' Cup, he actually struggled against a horse that I think is running in an A other than tonight. But and now, if you watch this work, a little easier. I mean, he still had to ask him to scoot away from him at the top of the stretch, and then he gallops out clear under just a little bit of urging. Now, one difference, and I don't know if it really makes a difference as far as his works go, I think maybe he's just a better horse right now, is that Irad Ortiz Jr. is working him now. It was Edgar Zayas before, and he's just never been a terrific workhorse. So you just had to take him on face value. His performances in the afternoon have always been better than what we've seen in the morning. If you watch him regularly in the morning, you would never bet a nickel on him. But it looks like he's coming into this race. I watched him this morning, too, gallop here, first day over the track. I thought he looked great. Neck bowed, looked like he was very happy out there. So I expect him to run well. Whether it's good enough to get the City of Light and Accelerate, assuming they get the proper trips, I'm not so sure. But I expect him to run well again. Third, fourth in these kind of races ain't that bad.
No, he was third last year.
He was third last year, and he was
payday.
Second in the Breeders' Cup. He's still not a Grade 1 winner, but he's got $4 million next to his name, and looks like he's on the verge of adding to that total here on Saturday.
All right, last horse for the Pegasus Dirt we'll talk about is the favorite, likely favorite in Accelerate. All of his, Mike, serious preparation took place out at Santa Anita Park. I know Jay Pridman, at least on Twitter, seemed pretty enamored with this horse's breeze last weekend. Your thoughts?
I thought his works have been good. I saw his last two, obviously, on tape as well. John Sadler horses never seem to wow you in the morning as much as some of the other guys out there, like the Bafferts and even City of Light. I mean, comparing the two, their final works out there, and then these last two, I thought Accelerate was very good. I like City of Light a little better. Whether that means anything, I'm not so sure. I mean, Accelerate has just carried his form just terrifically all year long. He's got one more race to go. This is foreign territory to him, as it is for City of Light, running here at Gulfstream Park, so you never know how that's going to factor in. City of Light obviously got over the track okay. Accelerate, I haven't really gotten a good look at him here yet, so that's to be determined how he'll handle the racetrack. But everything being equal, the two best horses going in, and like I said, the whole thing might be decided by the trip out there on Saturday.
All right, let's see if it comes down to the two respective Breeders' Cup winners. And look, you'll be fine-tuning and honing your handicapping between now and Saturday. I know you're on a deadline today.
Weather could be an issue, too. They are talking about a chance of rain here on Saturday, so how a wet track would factor in all this, I'm not so sure. I will say something awesome. Looked awesome the other morning working over a muddy racetrack. He's had 3 works here. I wasn't that crazy about the first 2. I thought this last one was his best one yet. So who knows if it turns up a wet racetrack. He's obviously proven himself on a wet track before. Again, I'm not so sure he can beat the top 2, assuming they run as well on a wet track as they would on a dry one.
Right.
But I think something awesome could certainly get a big piece, especially if things turn out to be on the wet side Saturday.
That may be a smart investment. Just pick up Daily Racing Form's Gulfstream Park clock report for Saturday, correct?
I think besides these 2, this race and the Pegasus Turf, we got a lot of great information on there. Our guys all over, not only over South Florida, but we have our California clocker as well, Toby Terrell, and he's going to be reporting on how the workouts went out there. So we have some maiden races that you want to get a look at too, besides all the great stakes.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate your time. Enjoy Saturday, my friend.
My pleasure.
All right, DRF.com for this man, Mike Welsch. We'll wrap things up. Final segment, heading down the stretch after this.